as a nation, be it the new direction, the 5 game changers, are all, we end in knots if we do not have an ecosystem of peace and security in this country. And you know the pivotal role of the armed forces. I know you have a very good relationship with the police and the rest of the security sector. I will encourage you to deepen the relationship and to leverage those connections to keep our nation safe.
Major General Bangura was born on April 6, 1968 in Kenema district, Eastern Sierra Leone. He attended Government Secondary School Bow and Albert Academy, enlisting in the armed forces on January 3, 1993. He trained at the Nigeria Defense Academy and graduated on September 18, 1993. His extensive career includes key positions such as Assistant Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Staff at Joint Force Command, Director of Military Operations, Deputy Chief of Staff, Commandant of the Peace Mission Training Center, and Chief Instructor at Halton Academy. For Slbc TV News Eye in Freetown, Homoswe reporting from State House.
From the presidency, we'll now look at efforts by the ACC on its recovery drive. As part of its recovery efforts, the Anti-Corruption Commission has recovered 15 billion old loans from a possible 34.2 billion loans, which the commission said was stolen by one Suleiman Suri, who was a staff at EcoBank. ACC Commissioner Francis Benkenfala hailed the recovery as a commitment to combating corruption in Sierra Leone. Mohamed Sibikroma was at the press conference where this huge amount of money was displayed.
The Anti-Corruption Commissioner, Francis Benkaifala, said the money was supposed to have been paid to the National Revenue Authority as tax. According to Francis Benkaifala, 2.2 billion will be paid every month by the bank until September 2025 to recover the remaining monies. However, he made it clear that the bank itself did not commit any offense, but it would pay because it failed to put proper systems in place to prevent staff from stealing.
This sea of money you see here today is actually the equivalent of 15 billion old loans, or now we call it 15 million new loans, but the money was stolen in old loans. And what you see here is just a small part. 40% of what one man sitting in a bank stole from him.
The commissioner further said that the said Mansari was charged to court and convicted, adding that his accounts had been frozen and they would be cleared and paid to the state. This is the second press conference where such a huge amount of money is displayed as part of the Commission's recovery efforts. For Slbc, Mohamed Kouma reporting.
Away from the efforts by the ACC on recovery effort, let's move on to see how the Ministry of Agriculture is partnering with different institutions. In a major step towards strengthening coordination and partnership on government feed salon, the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has held a consultative meeting with national and international governmental organizations on the creation of a register for farmers in Sierra Leone. This is to streamline and centralize data about farmers across the country. Christiana Kamara has more.
The consultative meeting with national and international NGOs and the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security was to enhance collaboration towards the Feed Salon project. The primary focus was to discuss the establishment of the National Farmers Registry, which is intended to help unlock resources and investments for the agricultural sector. According to the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Henry Musa Kpaka, in 2025 they will register close to 300,000 farmers adding that a host of benefits will be implemented, notably efficiency, service delivery, and human capital development.
In 2025, we will register maybe close to 300,000 farmers, give them a digital ID, a NIN and a biometric information with farmer with a geospatial information of their land that they're cultivating. We didn't want to do that without working with the NGOs. We wanted their ideas to be fed into this. We want to be able to, when that time comes, to develop that policy together. We want to, when that time comes, to use the farmers that they're already working with to be able to have them in that database.
The initiative aims to streamline and centralize data on farmers across the country, which will help in better planning, resource allocation, and implementation of agricultural development programs.
It is but highly important we focus on the aspect of integrity, because data, many of the data that are misinforming actions nowadays is because we are not taken with proper integrity. So for those who will be the data collectors, I know there will be community people, there will be young graduates, but let us ensure there is proper check and balance. Otherwise, this will be a very good picture, but the paint will not be done with.
According to the Director of NGO Affairs, Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, Eric Masali, MOPED has instituted a series of actions to ensure that they enhance service delivery and there is strengthening relationship between government and NGOs. He added that NGOs are required to report on quarterly basis of what they have been doing, noting that they are working on mechanisms to see how they can ensure compliance.
In the service level agreement, the process, so to speak, you are required to report on a quarterly basis on what you are doing. Because that is what the desk office will use, that is what MOPED will use to track what you are doing. But information from the desk officers are not that glaring. We've been informed that most of the organizations do not meet the timelines for reporting. And that's very, very critical. So moving forward, we are working on a mechanism to see how we can track, we can ensure compliance when it comes to reporting.
The partnership between the government and various NGOs underlines a shared effort to improve food security and support the agricultural sector in Sierra Leone. SLBC News are in Freetown. Christian Akama reporting.
Still with agriculture, meanwhile, the Smallholder Commercialization and Development Project, SCADEP, together with the Ministry of Agriculture and the World Bank, has ended a tour of 4 construction sites across the country. The team visited Manwa in Kailao, Kenema in Kenema, Tumpare in Karine, and Matujong in Bond, where a World Bank funded bridge construction projects are underway. Moses Conter was part of the team.
Over the years, movement for people living in Kenema, Tumpare in Karine, Matujong and Manwa in Kailao district has been challenging. They rely on a cable ferry as a means of transportation with neighboring communities. But recently, people in Matujong and Tumpare expressed deep concern over delays and overall safety of the manual ferry due to accidents that resulted in loss of lives and properties.
At times, when they for rainy season don't come, when the water is well, both then they capsize.
At times during the rains, there were frequent accidents using the local canoe, leading to loss of lives, while pregnant women find it difficult to access proper medical facility. But after the completion of this bridge, it will not only create access to education, but also business.
So where the bridge get for can make now, then they all get for can do.
Moreover, in Kenema and Manwa in Kailao district, the team found out that the 2 manual ferries in the locations have sunk, leaving the community with no option but to walk long distance to access the nearest market, school and hospitals.
Ferry don't sink now, so we the drivers, the business people, all they feel constrained.
Since when this manual ferry got sinked, We, the drivers and business people, have been facing with several constraints. Now, our drivers and traders can't access the other communities to do their normal routine, so we are begging to government for help.
We still cry to our government, let them help we.
The linking farmers to the market project was designed to change this trajectory. Project coordinator SCADEP Suleiman Sise said the linking farmers to the market project aims to support rehabilitation of feeder roads while constructing bridges to connect communities and markets.
Here today, as part of that implementation support mission, the last one in this year, we are visiting the different sites that the project is actually investing in. And so this visit today is to see how far the work has gone, so we can determine the remaining works, and if there are any challenges, the mission team will also be aware of those ones, and we all provide recommendations on how we can surmount those challenges.
The field visit reveals extensive progress in the different sites. Contractors expressed their optimism and promised to hand over the project at the scheduled date. World Bank Country Tax Team Leader for SCADEP project, Dr. Oredipe Adetunji, sounded impressed with progress in the field, but spoke of delay which he said were due to climate change and environmental issues.
This is a lot of work. We've had some delay due to the vagaries of weather, but the good news is that we are making some progress. And the consultants are responding. The contractors are doing a very good job.
Beneficiaries expressed their appreciation for government and partners for the development in their communities. They further called for more assistance, especially in creating vocational institutions for young girls. The project is expected to be completed and handed over to the government of Sierra Leone at the end of March 2025. Moses Conte reports for SLBC.
Policymakers, community leaders, and humanitarian stakeholders have convened in Freetown for the launch of a report titled Impact of Displacement Linked to Sea Level Rise on Plantain Island, Sierra Leone. The event was jointly hosted by the Internal Displacement Monitoring Center and the National Disaster Management Agency, with support from the EU and USAID's Bureau for Humanitarian Assistance. Jonathan Turner has more.
The workshop theme, exploring the challenges of sea level rise and displacement, insights and pathways to resilience, resonates deeply with attendees, especially those from affected communities. The findings, based on extensive fieldwork and analysis, painted a vivid picture of the harsh realities faced by internally displaced persons on Plantain Island and nearby coastal areas like Tombo and Shenge. The report unveiled the economic ripple effects of displacements for families who once thrived on fishing and trading.
Disappeared due to sea level rise. The trend will continue if immediate policy actions are not taken to address the challenges. Migration is an important form of adaptation to the impacts of climate change, and in some cases, an essential response to climate threats to livelihoods and well-being. It therefore requires careful management to ensure it is safe, orderly, and humane. It is critical to mitigate risk to the human security of migrants and receiving communities.
The findings also highlighted how displacements triggered a shift in housing dynamics for most IDPs, transforming from home ownership to renting.
Home ownership to renting. 58% of displaced respondents now rent their homes, compared to only 5% before displacement, and only 31% own their home currently. The average rent has increased drastically, intensifying financial strains on displaced families. However, it's important again to realize that these impacts differ between those displaced and living in Tombo and those displaced still living on Plantain. In Tombo, 82% of IDPs rent homes at high costs, but in general report better satisfaction due to improved safety and infrastructure.
Among the most heart-wrenching findings was the displacement of children going to school. Over half of school-aged children experienced interruptions. with many unable to return to school due to financial constraints and damaged infrastructure. Health disparities were another focus of the report. Rising health care costs further exacerbated the crisis, especially for women and children.
This research is a mirror reflecting the challenges faced by individuals and families who are forced to leave their homes, not by choice, but by necessity. It reminds us that climate change is not just an environmental issue, it is a deeply human one.
Key recommendations included the construction of artificial reef to combat coastal erosion, reforestation projects, and investments in resilient infrastructure. For SLBC News, Jonathan Turner reporting.
From the effect of sea rise on Plantain Island, let's move on now to education, wherein the Pollyanna Project, a US-based organization, has provided school and learning materials to the Roman Catholic primary school in Kenema village, Biwa Chief district. The team also furnished the school library with thousands of books as part of its mission to provide humanitarian relief to children in need. The Chief Executive Officer Pollyanna Project, Donna Moore Stewart, said that after 30 years of its humanitarian assistance, the organization is looking forward to have an academy in Sierra Leone. Dennis Reza was at the commissioning.
In a colorful traditional welcome, the people of Kenema received their guests with an unobstructed glimpse of joy as they marched them through the entrance into the small but sprawling community. Pupils sang their Nosgi rhymes mixed with traditional accompaniments. In a well-attended event at the village community center, stakeholders including the town chief, Pa Joseph Kamara, other section chiefs, school teachers and parents appreciated the organization for its support to the community. The Pollyanna Project Country Program Coordinator, Pastor Francis Manso Conte, made an appeal on behalf of his people for the organization to establish an academy in the country as a way of promoting quality education to less privileged children, which is also one of the main objectives of the organization. Distributing the school materials, which benefited over 200 kids, the Chief Executive Officer, Pollyanna Project Donna Moore Stewart, said that the donated learning materials and clothing worth thousands of dollars were intended to not only ease the learning of the children, but also improve on their social status. She added that the organization was looking forward to having an academy in Sierra Leone.
Feel encouraged that that I'm able to do such thing. So bottom line, that's it. Knowing that the future will be brighter of doing this. It could be the right move to get an academy in Sierra Leone. It could be how we are evolving. It's a process of evolving. So I will take the information back to my community in the United States.
Other members of the team were also pleased to see how satisfied the parents were and how the school was grateful for the gesture.
It brings my heart joy to help others, because if it's one pencil, the child will remember that somebody cared enough to give them one pencil. Because I told you, when I was growing up, no one gave me anything. So I remember no one helped.
I don't take it for granted what I have come here to see. And even one of the little girls was crying because I love her so much, and she realized that I am leaving now.
Pupils and their parents were very much delighted for the gesture, which they say came at a needed time when they could barely afford to purchase school items.
For your support. We are about to attend college junior secondary school, Kagbane village. I am in GSS 3. Thank you for your support. You people do not have this thing. When you go to the school, you go and hang a plastic. From today, have a bag. Thank you for your support.
The Pollyanna Project Sierra Leone started some 5 years ago to help pupils in deprived communities overcome challenges they face in acquiring school and learning materials, and also to improve on their social status. SLBC, Dennis Fraser reporting.
Still with education, the Beacon High School has celebrated its 20th anniversary with a Thanksgiving service. The anniversary attracted both present and past pupils who came together to reminisce 2 decades in active service at the St. George's Cathedral. Our intern Abdulman Sari sent in this report.
Vice Principal Maurice Safa of the Beacon High School said he was extremely happy to witness the celebration. He highlighted the school's contribution in all facets of life, citing engineering, journalism, medicine, and law.
Educational achievement, educational excellence. If chance can permit me in Sierra Leone, I have to change exam malpractice. It does not give any appetite for a teacher, a good teacher, to forge ahead, because we will not know who is doing the work and who is not doing the work.
President of the Alumni Association, Jerry Vasuma, said they are happy to celebrate 20 years amid significant progress which the school has made over the years. She commended the school for its continued contribution to society.
For us as individuals and for us as a society, Beacon has produced so many fruits wherein we have lawyers, doctors, accountants, chartered accountants, we have the human resource.
Head girl Davina Comfort said she was happy to be part of the celebration. She thanked the teachers and principal for the smooth running of the school and also called on other pupils to stay focused. The Beacon High School, which was founded on the 1st November 2024, the school is doing tremendously well in terms of contributing to the development of the society.
Aside from the aspect of education, let's look at the first time in the history of Sierra Leone for electric vehicles. Electric vehicles are taking over fuel cars in many parts of the world, especially in the developed world. Due to their environmental friendliness, many developed countries are also switching to them. In Sierra Leone, NIF Salone, in partnership with the Environment Protection Agency, has launched the first set of electric tricycles and motorbikes, marking a major step towards electric mobility in the country. Terry Ibrahim Kama witnessed the commissioning at U building.
I usher my country, my government, and people of Sierra Leone into a green future.
She is the Deputy Minister of Environment and Climate Change, Yema Mimi Soba Stevens. Her launching was followed by the launch of the charging station by the Executive Director of the Environment Protection Agency, Dr. Abubakar Masakoy, before the final launch of the kekes by the Sierra Leone Police. The electric vehicles package comprises wheelchairs, tricycles or kekes, and motorbikes. 100 kekes and 60 motorbikes are already in the country, and plans were on the way to bring in sports utility vehicles or SUVs in December, according to NIF Salone's co-founder and chief operations officer, Emanuela Sande. She said it is also their intention to establish an electric vehicle factory in Sierra Leone. Unlike the other kekes and motorbikes, these ones are entirely powered by solar panels. For the kekes, the solar panel is mounted right atop of the machine, whereas the motorbikes contains a black box underneath the machine that powers its movements. Recharging of the machine can take as long as 1 hour.
We do not just charge as you saw the facilities today. We do not just charge. Maybe a keke or Okada man don't have that time to wait for an hour to charge their vehicle. We swap batteries. We have the swapping cabinets. So those cabinets, they take 15 batteries at a time. They are always there in the correct temperature as it should be. And our station, they are powered by solar, our main source of electricity is solar plants.
Emmanuel Forsyth and Hawaman Sare are some of the riders who have been trained on the use of the machines. They said this brand of kekes are easy to use, eco-friendly and less expensive as they do not consume petrol.
This is a dream come true for me. For a long time, I dreamt of riding a keke like other women. It is very easy to operate this keke, unlike the fuel keke, which requires strength to select the gears.
This electric only looks simple faster.
This is an opportunity for me. One day is enough to learn how to operate this machine. It is automatic anybody can ride it.
Anybody can access.
The launch of the machines was hailed by
Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs has called on Parliament to swiftly enact the Child Rights Bill 2024. Dr. Isata Mahoy made this call during the launch of the Real Man campaign to mark this year's 16 days of activism to end violence against women and girls. Cecilia Alice was at the Bintumani Conference Center where the call was made.
It is now my singular honor and a privilege on behalf of His Excellency, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, to officially launch the Real Man campaign to end violence against women and girls during the opening ceremony of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence in Sierra Leone.
The Real Man campaign seeks to create a platform for men's voices in the fight against sexual and gender-based violence in Sierra Leone. This is part of activities of the Ministry of Gender to commemorate this year's 16 days of activism on the theme Towards 30 Years of Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action, Unite to End Violence Against Women. Speaking on the importance of the campaign, Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs, Dr. Isata Mahoy, called on President Bill and members of Parliament to support and enact the 2024 Child Rights Bill, which, according to her, aligns with the government's vision to protect children's rights, their responsibilities, and positive parenting.
Brings sharp focus the need to mobilize and galvanize support across all levels and its spheres to prevent and respond to violence against women and girls. In recent months and weeks, we have sadly witnessed disturbing trends that seem to undermine the huge progress we have made over the years in preventing and responding to violent activities against women and girls.
First Lady Fatima Madabio re-echoes the government's strategies for the advancement of women and girls and the significant progress made so far, including the 2018 Declaration of State of Emergency on Rape, the 2019 amendment of the Sexual Offences Act of 2012, the establishment of one-stop centers in 7 districts, the UN Resolution on Access to Justice for Rape Victims, and the UN World Day for the Prohibition of and Healing from Child Sexual Exploitation, Abuse, and Violence.
At the international stage, Sierra Leone had championed the adoption of 2 United Nations resolutions: Access to Justice for Rape Victims and the UN World Day November 18 for the prevention of and healing from child sexual exploitation, abuse and violence. The Abolition of Child Marriage Act of 2024, a fundamental outcome of the Hands of Our Girls campaign. Sierra Leone has joined the regional body for African First Ladies, OFLAD, to launch the We Are Equal campaign aimed at eliminating all forms of discrimination, violence, exclusions, and other vices against our women and girls in perpetuity.
The 16 Days of Activism is a global campaign observed yearly from the 25th November to the 10th December to raise awareness and mobilize action to end all forms of violence against women and girls. Several partner organizations of the ministry are set to host activities in line with efforts to combat violence against women and girls. SLBC News, Cecilia Alice Cisse.
You're watching News Live on the SLBC. Let's take a short break and we'll be right back with more stories.
European Union done they work with Salon for long term now. So today, within a sense, Freetown, for fair not waiting Salon people know about European Union.
A union where they try for enhance the development of this nation.
I know say the European Union are very helpful union, like a kind of I think private or so organization where they help the country.
Well, I'm not getting no idea over that.
European Union to me is like a supporting system.
If you get opportunity for ask the European ambassador on a saloon question, what's your question go be to them?
Why they no go try for help the agriculture system na Sierra Leone?
Agriculture is one of our main priorities of engagement here in Sierra Leone. We strongly support the implementation of the governmental strategy, Feed Salone. With our engagement in the agriculture sector, we are contributing to the development of rural areas, and also we are changing for better the life of Sierra Leone's women.
Well, from that short break, let's move away from the national, look at what is happening internationally on the international news segment on News at the Time. Hello and welcome to the international news summary on News Hour. Coming up, Israel's security cabinet is meeting to discuss a potential 60-day ceasefire deal with Hezbollah in Lebanon. Israel launched extensive airstrikes on Beirut's southern suburbs after its military issued evacuation orders in the area. Israeli troops began a land invasion of Lebanon almost 2 months ago in response to almost a year of rocket attacks from Hezbollah. The deal will reportedly see Israel troops gradually withdraw from Lebanon, while Hezbollah will move away from the Israeli border. Any ceasefire in Lebanon will not directly affect Israel's war in Gaza, which began after Hamas launched its attacks on the 7th of October last year and has seen more than 44,000 Palestinians killed. President-elect of the United States Donald Trump says he will introduce 25% tariffs on goods coming from Canada and Mexico on day one of his presidency. He also vows to add an extra 10% on goods coming from China. Imports from there to the US are already subject to some tariffs. Trump's announcement comes about 2 months before he takes office. Mexico's president also warned it could retaliate with its own tariffs if Trump's plan goes ahead. Doug Ford, leader of Canada's most populous province, Ontario, says a 25% tariff will be devastating to workers and jobs. 5 people have been found alive a day after a tourist boat capsized in the Red Sea of Egypt. In addition to those found alive, 4 bodies were also recovered. There were 44 people on the sea story from a diving trip which it sank. 33 have been rescued and 7 are still missing, including 2 breaches. The sea story left port on Sunday for a 5-year trip. Those on board say it sank within 5 to 7 minutes after hitting a large wave. Egypt's Red Sea coast attracts thousands of tourists each year as it's a well-known diving spot for its clear waters and rich marine life. And finally, the international summary news are Kenya has plunged in the latest rankings on how open it is to visitors from other African countries despite introducing a visa-free policy earlier this year. It dropped 17 places to 46 out of 54 nations, according to the 2024 African Visa Openness Index. Last year, President William Ruto was highly praised for announcing that Kenya would drop visa requirements for all visitors from the continent. But in their place, most travelers now have to apply online for authorization before leaving their country, which some have criticized as a visa under another name. The system known as the Electronic Travel Authorization determines if applicants are eligible to travel to Kenya and can take up to 3 days to be processed. Citizens from the East African Community Regional Bloc are exempted. That's all in the international news summary. Thank you so much for watching and goodbye. Up next is the business update.
Hello and welcome to Business Update, the segment that brings you insight in business and its contribution towards positively impacting the economy. I am Moses Conte. In today's edition, SLBC takes a look at the new transformative industrial powerhouse in Port Loko. Nestled at Songo Town, Koya Chiefdom in Port Loko District, Sierra Leone, is celebrating the arrival of a transformative industrial powerhouse. UDAV Multi Industries Sierra Leone Limited, the state-of-the-art steel factory, promise to be a cornerstone in the nation's journey towards industrialization and economic growth. For the people of Songo-Koya Chiefdom, the steel factory is more than a business venture. It is a transformative force towards development. Let's join our reporter Jonathan Fona for that report.
Odav Multi-Industries will specialize in the production of essential construction and industrial materials, including iron rods, nails, nitrogen, oxygen, square and rectangular tubes, and binding wires, amongst others. Remarkably, these products will be made from recycled scrap metals, showcasing the country's commitment to sustainable manufacturing. The facility boasts a production capacity of 120,000 metric tons of iron rods annually, a significant milestone for the country's industrial sector. The company's vision was to turn Sierra Leone into a hub for steel production in West Africa. However, energy constraints remain one of their biggest challenges. Addressing such a challenge would be critical for sustaining operations and scaling up production for the country.
More in energy sector, because I observe, the Sierra Leone need the energy. Energy is the basic things to development, the first step. So we are going to, next 5 years, we are going to invest more $600 to $800 million in the development of the energy sector, like hydro and the solar energy. This all thanks to our confidence along with the Minister's Excellency. We already completed the feasibility report of Lonkono hydro project. It is a 45 megawatt. This is the first step we already taken in the energy sector.
With over 1,000 Sierra Leoneans already employed, the factory is not only creating jobs but also fostering skills development in the local workforce. For many residents of Potloko districts, Odav Multi-Industries represents a beacon of hope, offering opportunities for economic empowerment and community development.
$300 million from import, the equivalent of 376,950 metric tons. This is what we are going to save as government. Again, it will lessen the pressure on the foreign exchange. This could also precipitate import reduction of iron rods and other steel materials used in construction, and certainly has positive implications on the economy.
The establishment of Odav Multi-Industries is expected to significantly bolster Sierra Leone's economy. Since 2018, the country's GDP has grown from 9% to 22%. And with the factory now in full-scale industrial production, the government hopes to push this figure to 25%.
25% what we want to attain by 2028. That means what we don't do now, so we get to encourage many more for coming, for can establish factory then, industry then, we go make manufacturing go get up 25%. And why will they do this? Now for me work there for una. To make salon self begin develop. Not to alter you for the buy things that they say made in other countries. Or for the buy things that they say made in Sierra Leone.
This factory symbolizes more than just industrial growth. It is a testament to Sierra Leone's potential to attract large-scale investments and advance its industrial base, commented on economics familiar with the project. For SLBC News, Jonathan Tona reporting.
Thanks to Jonathan Tona for that report. Well, that's all we have in this edition for Business Updates. I'm Moses Conte. Keep watching.
Thank you, Moses and Jonathan, for Business Update. It's now time for entertainment.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment News with me, Swaiman Baba Toure. In this edition of Entertainment News, Mrs. Sierra Leone organization unveils the first ever Mrs. Sierra Leone. Aldine releases song titled "We Know the Listen Person Safe," and we bring you one of the House of Stars reality TV show contenders. Now, for the first time in the history of Sierra Leone pageantry, of course, Sierra Leone is having the first ever Mrs. Sierra Leone World. Of course, Henrietta Mansare will be representing us internationally for the Mrs. World competition pageantry. Of course, she was unveiled days ago, and according to the national director of the Mrs. Sierra Leone organization, Maria Tudokure, these are platforms, set up for women to showcase their talent and also advocate for issues women faced in Sierra Leone.
It's not just about representing beauty, as my director general here said. It embodies definitely commitment to empowerment, inclusivity, and the diverse roles that women play in our society. Now, by sending married women for the first time ever to Mrs. World, which is the first ever beauty competition that is particularly or specifically for married women, that started in 1984. We all join to honor the strength and resilience of all women, realizing or recognizing that marriage is just one of the many facets of womanhood.
I'm a model and a pageant queen who has represented Sierra Leone in Ghana at the Miss Top Model International, which I was emerged as the second winner. So I'm so grateful today, and I'm so grateful to the Almighty for making this happen. I'm so grateful to the Miss Sierra Leone organization for me to be crowned as the first Mrs. Sierra Leone 2024. I'm so grateful.
This Mrs. Sierra Leone World platform represents a bold step towards redefining beauty to include the essence of womanhood. It also includes women who will embody not only the outward charm, but also women of intelligence, of compassion, women who have compassion, and women with the ability to inspire others.
Alhaji Dumbuya, aka Aldin, has released a brand new song. Of course, it's a dancehall thing. We know the listening person himself. Of course, it's nice, and he featured one of Sierra Leone's finest singers, Kiss the Threat Song. Of course, we all know when it comes to Sierra Leone music, Kiss the Threat Song is one of those artists that contributed for Sierra Leone to be recognized internationally. Yeah, of course, Kiss the Threat Song. Let's watch and listen.
Chill your soul, money. I come for chill, yeah. I know the listen person self. We know the listen person. We know the listen person self. Today we day, yeah. We know the listen person self. So we the chill your soul, money.
And finally, we bring you one of the contenders of the House of Stars reality TV show. You want to know the person? Check.
As a cultural dancer in Sierra Leone, I've been dancing several events, corporate programs, weddings, you name it. But going to the House of Stars opened more platform for me because it's a live show and people that are out of Sierra Leone will be able to watch it. So me going to the house, perform whatever I have or whatever skill I have will expose me more out of Sierra Leone as well. Obviously, because it's hard work. Me believe in hard work. Growing with a single mom, it was difficult without no dad. So when I noticed that I have this talent, which is the cultural dancing, even though I faced so many struggles and difficulties on the line, but it helped me along the way because it paid my bills, which means my school fee. It helped me to assist my family. I have a younger brother that is a uni that I'm taking care of or assisting in his college. He studied public administration in Magai. So generally, in summarizing, the culture dancing when it comes to financial, it has helped me to solve some of my problems with them.
We wish them all good luck. Well, of course, that's all we have for this edition of Entertainment News with me, Sulaiman Babature. Thanks for watching and keep watching the SLBC.
Up next is sports.
Hello and welcome to Sports Update on News. I am your presenter, Esther Marisa Mura. In this edition of the Sport News, the National Animal and Wildlife Cycling Race has ended in Freetown, with Mohamed Bangura from Kono winning the championship. host of dignitaries, including Mayor of Freetown, Yvonne Akisoya, and Executive Director of the National Sports Authority, Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi, witnessed the event. Here is the report. In a magnificent display of vibrancy and commitment to environmental conservation, the bustling streets of Freetown buzzed with excitement as cyclists crossed the finish line in the National Animal and Wildlife Month cycling race this past weekend. The event did not only foster a spirit of community engagement, but also celebrated Sierra Leone's rich biodiversity and raised awareness on the importance of wildlife conservation.
Once we declare the chimpanzee as our national animal, it's like a national emblem. We need to see what we can do with this emblem, what we can do with this logo, the national animal. So we're trying to promote any kind of art, culture, sports, so that everyone begins to understand the national animal is contributing towards Sierra Leone's development. So this is supporting the cycling event. It's a very neglected sport. I think we are going to use the chimpanzee platform to boost this particular cycling event.
Among the impressive roster of cyclists, Mohamed Bangura from Kono and other cyclists from other parts of the country stood out, showcasing their talent and determination in a tightly contested race. The atmosphere was electric, fueled by cheers from onlookers who lined the streets with wildlife conservation advocates, highlighting the significance of preserving habitats for species like the chimpanzee. Mohamed Bangura from Kono district made an exceptional break during the final stretch, thereby taking the first position, and Alhaji Jibril finished second. Both attributed their success to their continued hard work and resilience. Yvonne Akisoya praised the event success, noting that the event was not just about racing, but recognizing and celebrating the incredible wildlife ecosystem.
To supporting their week of celebrations, engaging all Freetonians and Sierra Leoneans to understand that we need to preserve our forests, so tree planting and tree saving in order for our chimps to have a safe habitat. They are so important to us. They are a national animal, our national symbol. They are a draw for tourism, which is something that we need, our economy needs. So it's a combination of promoting tourism, promoting sports, promoting environmental protection.
As Sierra Leone celebrates its National Animal and Wildlife Month, the cycling race stands as a testament to the united effort of the country in protecting the natural heritage. In the news also, the second edition of the Abu White Inter-Community Football League has commenced at the Goderich Community Field in Freetown. 20 communities are participating in the championship. The opening ceremony saw a thrilling encounter between Oba Funkia and Delta FC. Here is the report. In a remarkable effort to promote unity and peace within the Goderich community, sports enthusiast and philanthropist Abubakar Bari, popularly known as Abu White, has taken the lead in organizing a football competition that aims to bridge cultural divides and strengthen community ties. 20 communities are competing in this year's inter-community championship at Goderich. Obafunkia and Delta Community Football Clubs settled for a 2-2 draw in the opening ceremony as both teams showcased their skills and determination on the pitch, providing fans with plenty of action and memorable moments. Obafunkia started strong, taking the lead early in the match, but Delta Football Club responded with equal vigor, leveling the score. The back and forth continued as both teams exchanged goals, demonstrating their competitive spirit. The match highlighted the talent present in both clubs and set a promising tone for the competition ahead.
Abu White, known for his passion for sport and community engagement, believes that football has the unique ability to bring people together, regardless of their difference. His vision for the competition is to create an inclusive environment within the Goldrich community.
Well, that's it for Sports Update News. I have been your presenter, Esther Marisa Marcin. Goodbye. Keep watching TSLBC.
Well, we're supposed to bring news out to an end, but before we go, a reminder of our top stories. President Bill has decorated new Chief of Defense Staff Major General Ama Aidara Bangura, who has now taken up his duties. Ministry of Agriculture has held a coordination meeting with national and international NGOs on the creation of a registry for farmers in Sierra Leone as a step towards strengthening and coordination and partnership for the feed salon program. Anti-Corruption Commission has recovered 15 billion oleons, which is said to have been stolen by one Salim Mansari, staff at EcoBank. Well, that's all in the news. Thank you so much for watching and good morning.
Highwoods Institute, looking to advance in accounting, business management, or digital proficiency. From ACCA to ICB qualifications and workplace proficiency, Highwoods Institute sets you on the path to success. At Highwoods Institute, we offer a diverse range of programs tailored just to meet the needs of today's professionals. So, join the ranks. Achieving your career goals has never been more accessible. Take the first step toward a brighter tomorrow. Enroll now at Highwoods Institute and start a secured future. Visit us at highwoodsinstitute.org or at 92 Pademba Road, Freetown to learn more. Highwoods Institute, the premier destination for career-focused education.
You ready for the Zoom meeting today with the investor then?
Yes, boss. I'm ready for the meeting today. And I don't download all the reports they sent to me on the internet.
Make sure so you get super connection, because I don't want one problem during the meeting.
Everything is okay. Everything is fine.
Counting on you, even though we're not in the same office. I will be with you every step of the way.
As mama, I always want waiting best for me picking them, especially when it comes for waiting them for eat and drink. Now this make I always they choose Sierra juice because they make come from with local foods them and nutritious and it gets less sugar than the other drinks them. Not to me say so.
We lab test show say Sierra juice gets 50% less sugar than the other drinks them na the market.
Because we mama they know waiting best for we picking them, now you make we always they choose Sierra juice. Sierra juice, and nutritious, it's healthy, and it's sweet. Sierra juice, not the taste of Salone.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegances. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance. Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever. Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change. We've waited and we've watched. But we've always been here. We've always listened, because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place, all of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, we are Freetown.
We are Freetown!
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something that you're not.
Don't go thinking you're better than anyone else,
or that anyone else is better than you.
Don't shout about it. Get on with it.
We are Freetown.
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 Yeah.
We found our voice again.
I'm from India and Freetown.
I'm from China and Freetown.
I'm from the UK and Freetown.
I am from Nigeria and Freetown.
I am from home and Freetown.
This city belongs to everyone.
The fishermen,
the taxi driver,
the barber,
the drummers, the dancers.
All of us. All of us. Everybody. We are Freetown.
The past is ours.
The future is ours. It's our time again.
And this city belongs to everyone.
The playwright,
the greengrocer,
the teacher, the dog.
Wait, man, you take to keep by what you do, so you buy choice. If you're not driver.
To a breakfast show. Good morning, Sierra Leone. The program that starts your day with analysis and different views on news and current events. We are your presenters.
Emmanuel Samoa. Esther, you're looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Hey, don't blush.
I should.
Well, our quote of the day is a wise one, and it says, family is not about blood. It's about who is willing to hold your hands when you need it the most. This one is so much interesting.
Yes, so touching.
So it tells you that the definition about family it has evolved. It's evolving as time passes by.
Yeah.
Because it tells you now that it is not about the blood, but who is willing to hold your hand when you are down.
Yeah.
You know, there are some people. You have your brothers who you say they are blood brothers. When you are down, they are not willing to.
They don't act like family.
Yes, but you have someone who you call a friend. When you are down, he or she is willing to help.
Yeah.
So that person is fit to be called a family.
Yeah, sure.
Well, coming up, Anti-Corruption Commission recovers 34.8 billion Leone stolen funds.
UN Climate Change Conference COP29 concludes on plans for finance to mitigate the effects of climate change.
And Africa CSOs call on the Global Fund to increase investment funding to help eliminate TB. We invite you to participate by sending your text message to the number displayed on your screen or join us on Facebook at SLBC Live and other social media handles. As the program you're watching is Good Morning live on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. As I earlier mentioned, you can join us by sending your text message to the number displayed on your screen or join us on Facebook at SLBC Live. Now, we start the discussion proper. To our first headline story, the Anti-Corruption Commission revealed and displayed recovered funds in the tune of sum of 34.8 billion loans of stolen public funds. The recovered funds initially siphoned from taxes paid by companies to the National Revenue Authority (NRA) were funneled into private accounts and subsequently withdrawn by individuals in a fraudulent scheme. Patrick Sandy is the Director of Public Education and Outreach, ACC. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning, Sir, Mr. Sandy.
A very good morning to you and a very good morning to viewers and to SLBC.
In fact, when I saw that sea of money on TV, I became scared. I said, what is the problem? What is SCC doing? So how are these guys? The first question I asked myself, how were they able to manage to move such a fund, a huge fund, from one place to the other without them being, captured at that time?
You mean the convicts or the persons or the bank?
The convicts.
Oh, the convicts. Well, you see, this can be really described as a disturbing issue, and that is the corruption. We'll come to the background of it, as you've asked. How were they able to do it? Or how was he, particularly because he's a single person that worked with others? But you see, our action yesterday, that is the Commission's action, was for the people of Sierra Leone to see for themselves and come to the realization that corruption is a problem, and corruption is being perpetrated by individuals, not necessarily those in cabinet positions or top executives. Not that they cannot as well, but again it is a perception to let them know who and who can be involved at every point in time in corruption. But then more significantly, for the people of Sierra Leone to know that there are people in this country that are siphoning monies that belong to them, because these are monies meant for the National Revenue Authority and by the extension the government of Sierra Leone and the people of Sierra Leone. So the commission, which is the People's Commission, recovered such monies, and then the People's Commissioner would of course hand over same to the government of Sierra Leone. But let's get the background to it. I want to believe the people of Sierra Leone, or some who are following the work of the commission, will recall that some time back the commission had commenced this investigation. Some civil society organizations had also raised it up, whereby they said funds belonging to NRA had issues at the Eco Bank and things like that. We were in the investigations making little comments about it, but when we concluded, we did a press release. Of course, it commenced with indictments. And of course, we indicted Salim Mansari, who is, if you like, the kingpin or the linchpin in all of this, the bank, and two others, Magna School and Talujalo. But then, considering the relationship the people of Sierra Leone has with the bank, it was now resolved, the bank and the ACC, where we entered into no fault settlement agreement. No fault in the sense that the bank itself hadn't any sort of criminal liability, but they only had an individual who they could not properly supervise and could be able to do all of this within the banking sector. That is EcoBank. So what was happening essentially, which we mentioned in our press release, was that big companies were making payments due to the National Revenue Authority. And such payments, of course, could be royalties and other things, fees that are payable to NRA, could really be inscribed on the check to say pay NRA. But then because of some action of this man, he will instruct the Bank of Sierra Leone, because you may write the payment to be done in an NRA account at EcoBank, but you can do so probably on a GT Bank check, and that is being sent to the Bank of Sierra Leone. So he will say it will have to be sent to EcoBank. He will say it is difficult to scan such a check, because when you scan it, then it goes into the EcoBank, into the NRA account. So rather, he will now set the instructions for them to write. He will give a BBAN number, which is not NRA's BBAN number, to the bank, of course, whose check has been sent to them, to credit that account at EcoBank.
Okay.
And the account now they will credit will not be NRA's account, but an account with a BBAN of Magna School and Tabuja. Okay. And so that was how the amounts keep rising. And now it asked them to withdraw the money and take it to him. So that was running for a period of time, up to this amount we are talking about. But I'm sure I'm very clear in this.
Okay, Mr. Sandy, when you look at the whole scenario, it's in a case of a fraudulent activity of 34.8 billion euros. Yeah. So let us know how billion euros.
Cumulatively, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So let us know how would ACC go into such agreements with the bank? They know fault agreement entitlement. How would the ACC go into such agreements, taking the fact that it is a fraudulent activity?
No, but then what we should also realize is that what is key in this is the money. We want the money, because at the end of the day, what essentially has gone as a loss is the money. So that's the more reason why. And the bank, as I'm saying, being very cooperative and working with the ACC and the reputation they've had over the period, the more reason why we have engaged and resolved. So that they can take responsibility of paying the money which this individual is working for the bank at cost to the country.
Mr. Sam,
so that is the reason why we have entered into this no-fault settlement agreement. And the money have been paid. They commenced on the signing of the agreement, paid the 15 million or 15 billion loans, and the others will be paid installments ending September. Beginning January 2.2 and then September. So to accumulate to 34.8 billion old loans as we are speaking.
Mr. Sandy, as one of individual who usually think critically, the bank, it is an institution that is meant to safeguard people's funds, to keep it there. And an individual is working for the bank. And as you alluded to in your opening, saying that the bank could not supervise their staff properly, so such an ugly incident occurred. So the question is that particular this statement that you just said, is it sufficient for the ACC to say we will enter into a no-fault agreement with EcoBank when the staff was working for EcoBank, and if something goes wrong, then the bank also has a responsibility there.
But that's why they have paid.
System.
That's why they have paid.
So why should SEC just say no fault agreement for EcoBank?
No, that's the more reason why they have paid. They are not the ones actually that did this. They only had an individual, who is Salim, that worked out this scheme. I know what you are saying. You may not take them out of it completely, and the more reason why the bank is very willing to cooperate and make the payments. That does not absorb them from that responsibility. Let's get it clear. They have decided to pay, and paying such huge amount of money is no fun. However, they do not take that criminal responsibility to say, no, it was like us who had said Salim should do this. Certain things had gone wrong within the banking sector. Okay. We have to accept that, and the more reason why they are paying. But as a matter of fact, it is not an action that they ordained or that they are even in agreement. So that is the point we are going to make, and that's the point that every Sierra Leonean should understand. And it's a bank of high repute, and they've cooperated with the Commission, and that's the more reason why we saw it appropriate to go into such a no-fault agreement.
Okay, so I need clarifications with regards how did ACC know it has been diverted? Because the person has already sent the money, and how were they able to know that has already left the country before they finding out that this set of money has been diverted?
No,
any clarifications with regards?
No, he hadn't left. The investigation had commenced before he left, you know. But basically, we usually do not disclose our sources of information. We got it through a tip of one, and we went into it and did the investigation. Once we commenced the investigations, forensically analyzing the transactions, and then of course the institutions that had, due to pay NRA, and say we've made the payments, and they showed the check, we could be able to trace or track that this X amount of money which this institution have claimed to have paid NRA did not actually hit NRA account. Where did it go? So you follow through all those processes, and then you will know where the, if you like, the gray area is, and you're able to pick it up. And so we are able to get all of that with different amounts of monies that were due NRA and then could not hit NRA account, and then accumulate that to have gotten this figure.
So Mr. Sandy, looking at the situation at EcoBank for this Salim Mansai involved and his two other, accomplices, if something of such has occurred in EcoBank, don't you think that it is something that is happening in other banks, that there are monies of the NRA that is also reaching the NRA? If you see an issue, one that has occurred, don't you think another is occurring in other banks?
Well, basically, you will form an opinion around that. Is that the fact? And evidence has to prove to, or somebody has to maybe come with that information. You may think of that, but the more reason why the ACC has engaged the bank governor, that's the Bank of Sierra Leone, have engaged commercial banks on this to ensure that there is proper mechanisms in place to protect public revenue.
Okay.
Because this is very disturbing. And as you are saying, a lot of people will think that how much of this has happened, how much of this is going on in the banks, particularly monies that are due to the government of Sierra Leone. It could be NRA, it could be NACID, etc., etc.
Okay, continue to stay with us on the program is Patrick Sandy, the Director of Public Education Outreach, ACC. He has been taking us through a 34.8 billion old young student funds that are being recovered by the ACC. Well, from there we'll move on to another issue. As cases of TB are scourging in Africa, civil society organizations in the fight have called on the Global Fund to increase investments funding to 33% to help eliminate TB by 2030 in line with WHO. They made this call in a just concluded advocacy conference held in Malawi. Sierra Leone was represented by the civil society movement against TB. For more on the outcome of the conference and the position by CSOs in Africa, we have in the studio the Executive Director for CISMAT SL, Reverend Brian Paul Bangura. Good morning, welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Okay, so you attended a conference on TB. So first of all, let us know how alarming is TB in Africa and Sierra Leone, to be precise.
Thank you. Well, let me give you global. It used to be 10 million people, affected with TB globally. But now, recent report from WHO is saying 8 million has added. So there's a higher prevalence now, You see, so TB is rising up, So for Sierra Leone, there is an estimation of 24,000 people living with TB, but the real case notified is around 19,000 plus. So you can see that the disease is actually living with people.
So how was that data accumulated to get 34,000?
Not for Sierra Leone.
Yes.
Now we have over 200 dot facilities where treatment for TB are provided, as well as testing facility. It's referred to the facility and you are diagnosed, then that is an index. So those index cases are documented over time, and this is how data is generated.
So we know that Global Fund is one institution that, dish out funds to countries for them to help them, fight certain illnesses. So do you as CSOs think that the funds that they allocated to TB is not enough? The reason why you are calling for more funds to be added?
Yes, it's not enough. If the funds were enough, then we would have come out and even have a meeting in Malawi. Global Fund is supporting 3 major diseases across the globe, that is HIV, tuberculosis and malaria. But then the funds for malaria and HIV are more higher than tuberculosis. And now records are saying if you put the death for malaria and HIV, TB is more higher. So how can you support a disease that is less higher than the one that is more higher? And so we are saying that the Global Fund should at least support the fight against tuberculosis 33%. That was why we were in Malawi. We are in civil society, the national TB programs across Africa, and Global Fund donors. We met to look at what strategy can we put together. Number one, to engage Global Fund, that you must increase the funding for tuberculosis, so that we are able to fight against the disease. Because we have a target 6 years down the line, we are supposed to eliminate TB.
Reverend, don't you, malaria, HIV, and tuberculosis, these 3 illnesses, which one of them is most deadly as compared?
TB is more deadly because it's an airborne. You don't see it. Somebody can be carrying the disease and he is here and be coughing and he don't know, and somebody can get it through the air.
How can TB be contracted? Because the person that is coughing in the air must have contacted the disease.
Yes, of course.
How did that person in any way contacted the disease before coughing into the air? In
the first place, it's a bacteria. That's a bacilli. So once somebody is TB positive, and then the individual is not following the precautions, because if you are diagnosed TB, they will tell you what to do so that you don't, But if you don't follow those precautions, you can transfer it by coughing, because it's an airborne. You don't get it by cough or whatever it is. So you get it through the air.
So Reverend, you are saying now that TB is more deadly,
yes,
than malaria and that of HIV. When malaria, we do get malaria from mosquitoes, and the mosquitoes is as a result of the environment, our environment, our activities on the environment, and you do not know the mosquito that carries the virus, the malaria virus. So how do you now say now that TB is more deadly than that one, when in fact you yourself don't know which of the mosquitoes carries the virus?
No, let me say this. We are all victims of malaria, all of us, one way or the other, but TB is different. Yes, TB can be cured, but also if you cannot take if you are not taking the treatment, then it can kill, because we have so many deaths. And that is why records are saying the highest leading cause of death globally is tuberculosis. You see, so in the first place, TB, the stigma is attached to TB. There's a lot of stigma in my levels against people that are affected by TB. Malaria does not have stigma. Stigma alone can kill.
But you know that HIV also has a stigma.
Yes, of course, I know. Yes, I'm talking about TB.
We are talking because they give more money to HIV and malaria than tuberculosis.
Yes.
Okay, we know malaria does not have that type of stigma. But HIV also has huge.
Yes, I agree with you. The HIV, TB, in fact, they have the huge stigma, the highest stigma we're talking about. But the death that is coming out of TB is higher than HIV. because so many people, once you are not treated, or you are treated and you are not able to complete treatment, and it goes to another stage, for example MDR, then that is not treated, we lose a lot of people from TB.
So you are calling out for this. In Sierra Leone, don't we have enough of this treatment, or you are foreseeing that if they do not increase their funding towards tuberculosis, there will be no treatment for tuberculosis in Sierra Leone?
Yeah, for Sierra Leone, the funding we are saying for TB for Sierra Leone need, like other countries, TB is only supported by the Global Fund in Sierra Leone here. In other countries you have USAID supporting, but here is only the Global Fund. And then we don't even have domestic funding that is actually complementing to the fight against tuberculosis, So we have so many things to do, to buy drugs, buy the testing gene experts and other machines, so it's not enough.
Okay. So your aim is to eliminate TB by 2030. So as civil society organizations, do you think if this 33% is being increased, it will help to eliminate TB by 2030 in line with WHO?
Definitely, once fundings are available, then everybody is on board. Then we can fight to eliminate, to meet the target.
So Reverend, you said something that is shocking now, saying that there is no much fund, local funding, or other partners funding, TB programs to eradicate TB. So why is it so? And what have you been doing as CSOs?
Yes, Global Fund is only supporting for Sierra Leone, and then we have other partners, PIH, MSF, that's actually complementing using their own interventions, but we don't have specific donor that is say, okay, let's come and put money for tuberculosis other than the Global Fund, And then for us, we do community activities. We do awareness education, we do case finding and refer to facilities for testing, We engage the community, we do community monitoring, we monitor the service delivery as well, So these are all the things we do. All of this cost money.
So Reverend, since you've been embarking on the community engagements, I want you to put it clearly, which set of or group of people is TB more prevalent among group of people? Is it young, the youth population, or
TB affects all categories?
I'm talking about prevalence.
Yes, this is what I'm also saying, But sometimes they say it's poverty associated. It's affects wherein we have overcrowded population, and you have individuals that are affected by TB. Those areas can be affected. For Sierra Leone, we have some high burden. According to TB program, district that actually the prevalence is actually high. For example, western area here, it's very high. With local Bo, those is very high because of the population and because of the overcrowding. So.
Okay. So before we put you to rest on this, I'm still asking your effort towards governments for you to see really how organization or government will really put attention to this one, because you say that TB, the death of TB is higher as compared to that of malaria and HIV. It's really alarming. So what are your efforts to ensure that for partners focus on TB rather than only these two sicknesses?
Our effort is engaging in advocacy, because we actually want government to put funds in supporting tuberculosis, and that is why we are saying when government is doing their annual budget kind of planning, they have to think about putting money, to support the TB program. For example, I give for South Africa, they are giving them fund, Global Fund, but because they have donors that are supporting HIV and other programs, so they add money into what Global Fund is giving. So you can see that the fund for TB is very high for those countries because they are putting more money. So we are saying our government also should actually put money into complementing what Global Fund is bringing to fight against tuberculosis.
So when it comes to what you said about TB being distributed in the hair. How much of awareness raising is done? Because before now we used to hear about TB, but now all we hear about malaria, and most of the most one we hear about now is hepatitis. They will tell you hepatitis is on the increase, and now you're telling us that TB is also on the increase and it's killing a lot of people. How much of awareness raising is done so people can know what the signs and symptoms of this TB, and you said it's killing people.
Yeah. So yes, there are awareness education that is going on. The TB program is doing a lot. MOH is doing a lot to raise awareness. But the problem we have is TB does not have enough civil society organization that is actually working like HIV and malaria. For Sierra Leone is only CISMAT, our organization that's actually working around tuberculosis. You know, so awareness is going, especially at community level. You know. So a lot has been done actually, you see, to make sure that people know the signs and symptoms, people, you know, adhere to treatment, those that are affected adhere to treatment, and all of that.
So how has CISMAT been working with the TB program to ensure that this awareness is done at community level?
No, in the global we have what we call community engagement and community activities community. So our work is actually engaging communities to educate them to know the signs and symptoms, door-to-door education, but also to find cases and refer them for testing, you know, so that we can scale up the case notification. But also, CISMAT is also doing what we call community-led monitoring. That means we monitor the TB response, national response, to see whether if the response is actually providing what we're expecting, but also we do a lot around addressing human rights violation and stigma as well, because that is very, very hard as well.
Okay, so continue to stay with us. He is Reverend Brahma Paul Bagwadi, Executive Director of CISMAT, talking on their efforts to lobby global funding to increase 33% funding to tuberculosis across Africa. Well, viewers, the program you're watching is Good Morning Sierra live on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. We'll go for a short break. When we return, we'll continue the conversation.
As a mother of the house, whenever I want to prepare palm soup, there's no need pounding palm fruit. All I need is Nkulenu's Ghana's original palm soup base. My soup is done, and its preparation, it is not difficult at all. Nkulenu palm soup base, it's easily done with no difficulties. Just take few ladles and your soup is done. And its flavor, it's amazing. This is Nkulenu's Ghana's original palm soup base. And this is Nkulenu's Ghana's original spiced palm soup base. Iron fruit and turkey berries are naturally added.
Also available brown gold natural cocoa powder, sunny gold brown sugar, neat fufu flour, shito, pisa, and moringa. All available at Nyami Ado Enterprise, 1 Lower Waterloo Street, Freetown.
Nkulenu palm soup base.
Ghanaian original taste.
You don't ready for deposits and win big with EcoBank? The Kapujensky promo don't come for you. Usai will reward you for every deposit, every new account, and every transaction. For the part of this, save up to 6,000 new leons for the part of the twice in a month draw. Or for the grand prize, save up to 10,000 new leons. You can also perform at least 4 transactions na any of the digital platforms like the mobile app, USSD, or EcoBank Online for qualify for the draw. Transact at any express points and watch your chance for win go up. So no waste time. Start today. Deposit, save, and become the next Jensky man with EcoBank Kapujensky. Usai the more you deposit, the more you win big. EcoBank Kapujensky. Now money we they give EcoBank. A better way, a better Africa.
Welcome back to the program you're watching this Good Morning Sierra live on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Or you can join us on this conversation by sending your text message to the number displayed on your screen, or join us on Facebook as SLBC Live. Well, we go to another issue. This one is on the climate, the environment. South Climate Change Africa is in partnership with the Freetown City Council will host the 8th edition of Environmental Care Awards over the weekend. South Climate Change Africa honors institutions and individuals working for a sustainable world by caring for their environment. This year's awards is coming at a time when the entire Africa is expressing disappointment at the outcome of the just concluded COP29 in Baku, Azerbaijan, likely due to the lack of commitment by developed countries towards climate financing. Issa Kaba is the coordinator of the communications outreach person. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Sierra Leone.
Good morning and thanks for having me.
Well, Issa, you had my opening. You are bringing this award at a time when, Africa, we are still plagued with so much of climate challenges, and you are giving awards to institutions and individuals who you think are caring for the environment. Firstly, what are the threshold that you guys put in place to ensure that you get these type of people? Because when someone is being identified as someone that is caring for the environment, people should know that people should not question the award or the particular loyalty placed on the individual.
Okay, first I also want to start by thanking you and also the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation for the opportunity for us to talk on this very important matter. So I would like to give a brief background of the entire award. Shark Climate Change Africa is a national and governmental organization working towards creating a safe space for our environment and also to ensure that we live in harmony with the environment. Over the years, for the past 7 years, we've been organizing this award year in, year out, working with different partners, including government of Sierra Leone, the Freetown City Council, the Meteorological Agency, and a couple of other entities, both international and local institutions. So we have our threshold in order to ensure that institutions meet those thresholds, and we also have a world standard committee that ensure that those thresholds are adhered to, and all of those that are supposed to happen in accordance with the standard we've built over time. So we've awarded entities that have continued to contribute. One thing that we do, we celebrate individuals for what they've been doing in ensuring that the environment is safe and it's convenient for us to live in. And these individuals that we've awarded over time still continue to support or to do things that will ensure that the award that they've received from us keep impacting them and keep ensuring that they keep doing things that would ensure that whatever thing that they've been awarded for is still in conformity with what they've been awarded for.
Mr. Kamal, the issue about environment, whenever I see someone talking about environment, and especially giving lawyers to people in the fight, in the environmental fight, because of the impact of the current and climate on individuals, on people, I'm also keen on individuals getting certain knowledge, because now you talk about saying that you have international standards. I know that you would not have everything in mind, but can you just give us some of the standards you set or some of the threshold that you are looking for to say, oh, Mr. A and institution B are institutions that have met the standards set, so that some as individuals or institutions caring or taking care of the environment?
We have a committee, like any other standard award category or a standard award. You have a committee of individuals that first and foremost understand the issues. And this committee is made up of people from different backgrounds who are also passionate about the environment, including academics. And these individuals, we have nomination of people, and also individuals, institutions, corporate houses, inclusive MDAs and all. So we do have this nomination. Then after which, we evaluate them based on the work that they've been doing or that they've done over time. For instance, last year November we organized it. From last year November to this November, we evaluate the things they've been doing in terms of providing financing to environment, in terms of taking environmental issues yourself, like their institutions. They don't just only provide the finance, they engage in tree planting year in, year out as part of their corporate social responsibility. There are institutions, probably I will mention at some point, they've also put mechanisms in place to ensure that in their office space, whatever sort of energy they are using, it's solar based. As part of their own policy they've put in place. And these are institutions also we've been working with. We also have individuals that have put environmental advocacy at the forefront of their advocacy to ensure that we cannot provide the resources. We cannot embark on doing it. But with my words, my advocacy will ensure that we lobby for D2Bearers, for those that do have the resources, to keep supporting the effect, the action of climate change, to ensure that people understand the threat that climate poses to our environment. We are talking about Sierra Leone, and the biggest threat to that has to do with climate. Make no mistake about it. While we still do believe that developed countries are supposed to do more, but we also do believe that there are people within here that are doing what they think they could to ensure that we live in harmony with environment, and those people also has to be recognized and has to be appreciated. Okay. So that's the point that Share Climate Change Africa is coming from.
Okay, let's talk on the credibility of the whole award, because in selling people have the mentality that whenever there is an award, people just go and pay and they are awarded. So as in the area of credibility, how would you assure the public that these people that will be receiving the awards over the weekend are those that have been contributing towards the environment positively and not negatively?
Well, that's one thing that distincts us from other awards or from other entities. Like I've always said in a couple of my media engagement, we are the most, we are the biggest award. Environment Care Award is the biggest award. Why we call it the biggest is not about the amount of people that attend your event. It's the caliber of people that are ready and are willing to attend your event. That distincts us from others. Now, in terms of credibility, the people that we've been awarding over time, for instance, local commercial banks, since we started awarding them year in, year out, they have a tree planting that is ongoing every year. They've never stopped. Orange Sierra Leone, they're doing it constantly. UB, these are people, since we started awarding them, they've built on those on the legacy they made before even awarding them, and they're still doing it. They still continue to do it. They are individuals we've awarded over time. There's an award that has never at any point in time come under public scrutiny because of the credibility, the sort of people involved, the caliber of diplomatic people that are willing to be part of it, the caliber of government entities that are willing to be part of it. Okay. It's something that we do not have to ask you, pay for, this is what you have to pay for your award. No. We organize our award, we ensure that the standard, the awards are well designed, everything is well put in place, the financing and everything, so to ensure that we meet the standard we think it's the award itself projects.
So let's move away from the award a little bit. So Sierra Leone is facing a lot of challenge with regards to climate change because of human activities. So let us know how, what's the organization, South Climate Change, how have you been engaging in awareness raising? Because most of these communities, people in Sierra Leone, we are actually the contributors to the climate change, because cutting down of trees and building on places that we are not supposed to build. How does the organization come in awareness raising to ensure that we create a shift? Because climate change is really affecting not only Sierra Leone but the world.
Okay, for us at Share Climate Change Africa, we take environment issue very serious, in the sense that we are the first institution in Sierra Leone that owns a climate-focused newspaper that we own a newspaper that focuses entirely on environmental issue. We call it Nature Newspaper. Nature Newspaper serves as a subsidiary to Share Climate Change. That's part of our advocacy wing. On a daily basis, we do have publications that focuses on educating people on the issues that are affecting our environment, centered around climate actions. So of course we've been doing that. Quite recently we ended we just had the European beach, we just partnered with European Union to organize the EU beach cleanup, which we've been doing for over 7 years now. So we've worked with a couple of other entities to ensure that our environment is safe, and we've advocated for a couple of issues. And like for instance, we have the Environment Manifesto to before the 2023 election. The Environment Manifesto was done by Share Climate Change Africa in partnership with other institutions that came together to ensure that we have that, and we also put our D2Bearers to a point where they could understand that whatever we're doing in our manifestos, climate issues has to be at the center. So we've been doing that over time.
Okay, so thank you very much. He is Issa Kaba, the coordinator and communication person for Shouts Climate Change, talking on the award that they will be hosting to award individuals and institutions they think are taking care of the environment. But we still have Mr. Patrick Sandy in the studio, the Director of Public Education and Outreach at the Anti-Corruption Commission. And Mr. Sandy, we know siphoning of public funds is not a new thing in Sierra Leone. And the ACC, you've made this time, capture this individual, and now you've recovered 34 billion, a huge chunk of money. And as I said earlier, which you said, someone can form an opinion about that if something is happening in that bank, there are other banks that it is happening. So you are not talking about that is just an opinion. Don't the ACC think that it is not wise for them to act now, to start to investigate?
No, definitely, we have begun that. That's why I made the point that with this incident, the commissioner has held meetings with the bank governor and then the managing directors of commercial banks in Sierra Leone, and we are now going in. The investigation team had already commenced work in that regard, ensuring that the various accounts that are maintained in those banks that are meant for the National Revenue Authority are being scrutinized to ensure that nothing of this nature had happened, and then also has will happen in the future. So we'll be monitoring that as well. But let me just make this point again very clear. In addition to the recovery which the bank has made, the 3 individuals, 2 of them have already been convicted. That is Salim and Magnus Cole, because Talu is at large. And I'm sure that the process of trial for Talu will be done in absentia. So with this conviction, it means that the individuals themselves are going to pay seriously for their actions. So it is not that because EcoBank as a bank, of course, have made the recovery, the Salim and others have come. So what happened exactly, of course, we will let the public know officially through our press release, but I'm also making this very clear because I'm privy to the information that the commissioner made mention of it yesterday. Is that, of course, they pleaded guilty and they have been fined, but the bank accounts of Salim have been frozen, and the resources there that exceeds 1 million, which is over 1 billion, will also be recouped or seized and then returned to the state by the ACC. That's the order from the court, because we had to put a position to the judge in that regard as a result of the trial, and they paid the fines because the court will also fine them for committing such an act, and then the resources, as I have said, will be recovered as well from his personal bank accounts.
Okay.
Additionally, the 34.8 billion. Oh. So we'll be speaking of something in the region of 60,
I see.
40 or so, or 45.
I see. The ACC today, they are not on hot waters. They are very, confident.
No, definitely. You see that because of time, we will not be able to really elaborate. But these are the inputs or the things that go into the work of the commission or the fight against corruption. That let us get these good indexes. And some people think that no, it is ACC that goes and walks around people so that they can, if you like, tamper with these indexes to be favorable. It is not the case. Okay. Look at these activities, look at the indictments, look at the recoveries we made, and the convictions secured. And these things go into the fight against corruption.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Director Patrick Sandy. He is the Director of Public Education and Outreach at the Anti-Corruption Commission, talking on the 34.8 billion loans that they recovered from one Mr. Salim Mansare, who was a worker at EcoBank. The money that was meant for the NIA, was diverted into personal accounts. Sure. Something that is Sierra Leoneans. Well, we still have Reverend Paul in the studio. Reverend, what do people expect from you? In as much as you are calling for this advocacy, you are advocating for the funds to tuberculosis to increase. What are other steps of community engagement are we expecting to increase the awareness that the rate at which TB is killing people is on the increase?
Yes, of course, the awareness will still continue, even though funds are not much available, but then we will still continue to raise the awareness, but also engage government and stakeholders to actually prioritize, TB. Like I said, it's 2030, that's 6 years down the line. We should have at least fight to eliminate TB. So it's quite huge, and that is why our campaign slogan is TB 33%. But that 33% is a global campaign, and then it's for global fund. Not stopping there, we're also saying government, please, put your own resources.
So you should engage the government.
Yes, so it's also a plan that we have to engage. That already strategy we developed in Malawi.
Shouldn't they have a local campaign? Because they say the global campaign is 33%. Why not make a local campaign?
So the local campaign is domestic funding. I said it, it's one of the strategies to engage government, so that they can put their own. Of course, we know that global fund are saying they have to put their own, but this has been a battle, government to put their own, So we are saying, government, please, you have to put your own, because we have a target now, and we need to fight this disease.
Okay, so thank you very much. He is Reverend Paul Bangwa, the Executive Director of CISMAT, talking on the tuberculosis rate.
Well, it's now time for us to go and look at the front pages of our local tablets. Well, our first speak here this morning is the Calabash newspaper, and its banner headline says, First Lady Dr. Fatima Bio launches Yearman campaign to combat gender-based violence. Anti-Corruption Commission recovers over 34 million in stolen funds. Out have multi-industries unveils cutting-edge iron rod manufacturing factory. Original partners train 7,000 pupils in ICT skills through second training edition. NP Sierra Leone setting the standard in Sierra's petroleum industry. NDMA and IDMC launch report on displacement impact, highlighting housing and livelihood challenges. And Mayor Akisoya presents Transform Freetown Transforming Lives initiative at Friends Conference. Well, from on that, you go in for the Calabash newspaper.
Well, my own first speaker is the Africa 24 newspaper, and it opens with a banner headline that says FCC to implement cable car project. The photo of the mayor, Yvonne Akisoya there, and MP ask for more fees. The photo of Honorable Ibrahim Aziz Bagua. Also in this edition, politician calls for bipartisan solutions. Why get summoned by Parliament? Relatives of Samawa Shami yearn for justice. These stories and more you can find in the African 24 newspaper.
The next speaker is the Awoko newspaper, and its banner headline says, Ban criticizes government for allocating 1% of budget development programs. President Bio insults Major General Amara Bangura as Chief of Defense Staff. Parliament approves renewable energy projects to power Lunge and Waterloo. And ACC recovers 15 million from corrupt official.
Well, my other taker is the AYV newspaper, and it's open with a banner headline: See women and girls as equals and partners. Sierra Leone's First Lady appeals to country's men. The photo of Fatima Bio there, the First Lady of Sierra Leone. And the other one, it says, this is the time to fight for the soul of APC party. The Women's Congress president of APC photo is there. And the other one is, we must invest in education to develop all AI expertise. Minister Swahili tells AI conference. The photo of the minister there, the Minister of Labour, Minister Swahili.
My final pick here is the Expo Times newspaper, and its banner headline says, President Bio decorates new CDS Major General Aidara Bangura as he takes out of office. ACC recovers over 34 million new loans. And Parliament approves electricity agreements for Waterloo and Nunge. Erudite Sierra Leonean scholar launches 2 books. And there's a picture of Dr. Shaga Shaw handing over his books to Mr. Yakuba of Sierra Leone And the final one here is magistrate issues bench warrants in alleged cyberbullying trial.
So the next paper I have here is the Standard Times newspaper, and it opens with a banner headline that says Vice President in Magai Land Saga amid Parliament's controversial commendation. The photo of the Vice President there, and the other one says 7,000 million theft at PC and Sons, 5 dragged to court. These stories plus more you can find in the Standard Times newspaper. Well, viewers, want to inform you that these particular stories that we just read, they do not reflect the views of the SLBC, rather are local tabloids. Well, we go to one of our edition in this program, the Talent Corner. Let's join Sam Kibayo.
Don't forget, this is Talent Corner, showcasing skills and talented ones. And we are here at a blacksmith space. Yes, Abu. You said your name is what? Abu Lamin Bangura. Yes, a blacksmith.
I'm a blacksmith man.
A blacksmith man. So what do you do as a blacksmith man at this corner?
I make cutlass, I make hoe, I make cook pots.
Who can see them?
For now, they can't broke this recent time. We will get chance for okay now.
Yes, but why don't you do something?
Now what I will make now?
Showcase skills.
Cool pots, okay.
I will make it. So, you got anything for Setowi?
Well, the only thing
as a blacksmith.
The only thing I'm make for say, we know say even in America, now the skill man they make America sweet. They say they make bomb, na skill man make an America. They make plane, they make much na skill man. Yes, book they do, but I believe that you have to use it for able to create something suitable for the market. Let all use them. You see, and I get the mental, I get the skill for make something. But all man they enjoy. Because I know if go better school, I land. I know land na salon and Ivory Coast maybe go land.
Okay, na Ivory Coast.
I get beaucoup skill and land work out with na salon, but salon talent they die.
Okay.
Yes.
Apply some of this skill set, but you make mention of the barrow. Maybe somebody just join you for the program.
No, they.
Let them know as a blacksmith.
I make heat pan. This one only meat man and go make so. I would go and maybe a skate science. I get the motor body. I make an exact heat pan.
Okay.
I make it small bar for concrete.
Okay.
Like I say, they want to go concrete house. Now to read in the camera now.
Okay.
How they make them for them.
Okay.
But good skill and they was having make, but just like how they talk on more, the country no easy. See.
You pray for better days.
For better days.
Yeah.
And I want the government emphasize in technology. The whole na technology na whole right now.
Well, thank you very much, Sankiba, for that talent corner. Well, viewers, we still have our guest in the studio. We'll start first with Isakaba. Isakaba, in 30 seconds, you want to give a parting shot to viewers out there?
First, the event is on the 29th at the Radisson Miracle Hotel at 5 p.m. It's strictly by invitation, so we are also encouraging partners to see how they come on board and to ensure that we work concertedly to improve the issues of climate issues and also amplify the voice, the advocacy that we are on. It's a collective effort, one person or one institution cannot do it, so we have to work to ensure that we live in harmony with environment, and whatever threat that environment is posing, that threat could be mitigated working collectively as a team. So,
Thank you very much, Issa Kaba, Communications Outreach Coordinator. Well, from there, Mr. Sandy, your parting shot, 30 seconds, please.
Yes, well, I want to thank the people of Sierra Leone for supporting us in the fight against corruption, most especially the leadership, His Excellency the President, for giving us the free hand. We all should know that this amount of money or resources recovered will go a lot into healthcare, education, and infrastructure.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sandy. Well, Reverend, let's make you 30 seconds, your parting shot.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to say TB is cured. The treatment is free. You don't need to pay for it. You know, if you feel you cough for 2 weeks, you sweat at night, you experience weight loss, you have fever, you have to think TB. Go to the facilities so that they can test you. It's free.
Okay.
And my conclusion is TB 33% is what we're looking for, so that we can fight against TB by 2030.
Okay, so thank you very much. This, they say every good thing must come to an end. This is how we run the cutting down for this edition of the Morning Serum. Want to say a very big thank you to our studio guests and also to our production team, especially to our producer, Joseph Stanley.
But before we go, a quick recap of our quote, and it says, it's a wise word, and it says, family is not about blood, it's about who is willing to hold your hands when you need it the most. Good morning, Sierra Leone returns tomorrow at exactly 9 o'clock. I have been Esther Sako.
And I am Emmanuel Samuel.
Bye.
Goodbye tomorrow.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegances. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they've found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance.
Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever.
Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change, we've waited and we've watched. But we've always been here, we've always listened, because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place. All of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, we are Freetown.
We are Freetown!
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something that you're not.
Don't go thinking you're better than anyone else.
Or that anyone else is better than you.
Don't shout about it. Get on with it.
We are Freetown!
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 Yeah!
We found our voice again.
I'm from
Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation Television. This is News on the Hour with me, Dennis Fraser. President Julius Malabio has decorated the new Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Amara Idara Bangura, during a ceremony held at State House. Major General Bangura thanked the President for his trust and pledged unwavering commitment to defending Sierra Leone's national interest. A promise to prioritize discipline and sacrifice, which he described as essential qualities for serving the nation. He also assured President Bio of his readiness to work closely with colleagues to protect the people and secure the nation. Reflecting on the country's challenges, including the Ebola outbreak, the mudslide, COVID-19, and the November 26 attack last year, Major General Bangura emphasized the need for a resilient and united forces. President Bio congratulated Major General Bangura on his appointment, urging him to lead with diligence. The President highlighted the importance of peace and security as the foundation for Sierra Leone's progress, including the success of its government's New Direction agenda and its Big Five Game Changer initiatives. It stressed the armed forces' crucial role in maintaining stability and for fostering collaboration with other sectors. As part of its recovery efforts, the Anti-Corruption Commission (ACC) has recovered 15 million loans from a possible 34.2 million loans, which the Commission said was stolen by one Salim Mansari, who was a staff of EcoBank. ACC Commissioner Francis Ben Kaifala hailed the recovery as a commitment to combating corruption in Sierra Leone. The Anti-Corruption Commissioner Francis Ben Kaifala said the money was supposed to have been paid to the National Revenue Authority as tax. According to Francis Ben Kaifala, 2.2 million will be paid monthly by the bank until September 2025 to recover the remaining monies. However, he made it clear that the bank itself did not commit any offense, but will pay because it failed to put proper systems in place to prevent stealing by its staff. The commissioner further said that the said Mohamed Mansari was charged to court and convicted, adding that this account has been frozen and they will clear and pay to the state. In an effort to push forward a strengthened partnership towards actualizing the feed salon program by the government, Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has held a consultative meeting with national and international non-governmental partners on creation of National Farmers Registry. The consultative meeting with national and international NGOs and the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security was to enhance collaboration towards the feed salon program. The primary focus was to discuss the establishment of the National Farmers Registry, which is intended to help unlock resources and investment for the agriculture sector. According to the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Henry Musa Parker, in 2025, they will register close to 300,000 farmers, adding that a host of benefits will be implemented with notable efficient service delivery and human capital development. The initiative also aims to streamline and centralize data on farmers across the country, which will help in better planning, resource allocation, and implementation of agricultural development programs. And policymakers, community leaders, and humanitarian stakeholders have convened in Freetown for the launch of the report titled Impact of Displacement Linked to Sea Level Rise on the Plantain Island in Sierra Leone. The event is jointly hosted by the International Displacement Monitoring Center and the National Disaster Management Agency, with support from the European Union and USAID's Bureau for Humanitarian Assistance. The workshop is themed Exploring the Challenges of Sea Level Rise and Displacement, Insights and Pathways to Resilience. Resonates deeply with attendees, especially those from affected communities. The findings, based on the extensive field and analysis, painted a vivid picture of the harsh realities faced by international displacement persons or IDPs on Plantain Island and nearby coastal areas like Tumbo and Shabo Island. The report unveiled the economic ripple effect of displacement for families who once thrive on fishing and trading activities. The findings also highlighted how displacement triggered a shift in housing dynamics, with most IDPs transitioning from home ownership to renting of settlement. And that's end news on the hour, which came to you from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation television on channel 31 with me, Dennis Fraser. Keep watching the SLBC, your trusted news source and the authentic voice of Sierra Leone.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegancies. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they've found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance.
Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever.
Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change. We've waited and we've watched. But we've always been here. We've always listened. Because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place, all of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, we are Freetown.
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something that you're not.
Don't go thinking you're better than anyone else.
Or that anyone else is better than you.
Don't shout about it. Get on with it.
We are Freetown.
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 Yeah.
We found our voice again.
I'm from India and Freetown.
I'm from China and Freetown.
I'm from the UK and Freetown.
I am from Nigeria.
We are the national broadcaster, and I am Sulaiman Baba Toure, a reporter and presenter at the SLBC. Your voice, my voice.
From the commercial department, I am Regina Bangura. You are watching SLBC. Your voice, my voice.
I am Jonathan Turner, a reporter for Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, SLBC. As a reporter, I do stories on education, health, politics, and more. Stay glued with SLBC to watch my stories. Your voice, my voice.
Lucian Ganda, producer Weyus, and producer and presenter Christian Editions on TV. This is the SLBC.
I am William Wise, presenter Weyus and also reporter at the SLBC, and this is the SLBC.
I am Salma Tabak, television executive producer. I produce programs on both radio and television. I'm a news anchor, a presenter, an announcer on radio. I enjoy what I do because I serve a public service broadcaster. It's a pleasure to work with the SLBC. I am Tilikoma, Head of News and Current Affairs Unit, Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Our news hour now covers several segments. We have entertainment, business, weather, sports, ferry schedule, and human interest stories, not forgetting politics. We are doing all that to keep you people posted on what's happening all over the country. Thanks for being with us at SLBC. Keep blue. We are the best.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegances. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they've found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance.
Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever.
Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change. We've waited and we've watched, but we've always been here. We've always listened, because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place, all of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, we are Freetown.
We are Freetown!
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something that you're not.
Don't go thinking you're better than anyone else.
Or that anyone else is better than you.
Don't shout about it. Get on with it.
We are Freetown!
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 Yeah!
We found our voice again.
I'm from India and Freetown.
I'm from China and Freetown.
I'm from the UK and Freetown.
I am from Nigeria and Freetown.
I am from home and Freetown.
This city belongs to everyone.
The fishermen,
the taxi driver,
the barber,
the drummers, the dancers.
All of us, everybody.
We are Freetown.
The past is ours.
The future is ours. It's our time again.
And this city belongs to everyone.
The playwright,
the greengrocer, the teacher, the dog.
This space is ours.
this light is ours.
The beaches are ours.
The rivers now we own.
The roads are ours.
The bridges now we own.
We are Freetown.
We are all visitors and we've all been here forever.
We've got the mightiest river
and the biggest sky.
And there's a resonance again.
Freetown, Freetown.
We are proud of this place.
We love this city.
And we want you to love it too.
We are proud of this place.
Na pass we all dey pass like stranger them, but we all don't dare from them. Come here, and you'll feel it, that end of the line sense of freedom. Say yes to Freetown. Say yes to freedom.
Are you tired of watching or listening to uninteresting television channels? Then your worries have been addressed, as the SLBC Podium is the answer to your concern.
The SLBC television show, The Podium, is one of the programs you can't afford to miss as a guest or a viewer.
Oh yes, Podium is a show where the mighty and the low will like to sit, because it is a trusted medium to channel your views, concerns, and aspirations for Sierra Leone and other happenings around the globe.
Podium is where you get breaking news, because everyone wants to talk to us. If you hear it on Podium, ask no further.
Don't forget to join us every midday from Monday to Friday as we ask the hard questions that you otherwise would have asked to the newsmakers, the movers and shakers of events.
Don't miss the opportunity to be part of Sierra Leone's topmost midday show, The Podium, where the agenda is set for others to follow. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Goodbye.
anthem. We all need that and where they help we. For make that your best soup sweet as how it been the sweet. Onga a great taste and aroma, they make you get them perfect every time. Onga na mama a helping hand.
Where use? You get use?
Yes, I get use.
This is the program where they give you the use where they happen all about the country.
Inside where use, we go take you text, Facebook and WhatsApp message. You complain where you go send as letter to the producer. We they announce about team them working loss and plenty more.
We are there all about the country. But you self help for bring the use to your area.
Where use? The original program where they give you updates.
Where use? You get use?
Yes, I got use.
Where use? You get use?
Yes, I get use.
This is the program where they give you the use where they happen all about the country.
Inside where use, we go take you text, Facebook and WhatsApp message. You complain where you go send as letter to the producer. We they announce about team them working loss and plenty more.
We are there all about the country. But you self help for bring the use to your area.
Where use? The original program where they give you updates.
Where use? You get use?
Yes, I got use.
Okay, 1 p.m. is great. So, can we say 1 p.m.? Okay. What?
We don't want to spend the whole day here.
Yes, leader.
Mr. Speaker, we should also bear in mind that we lost one of our paramount chiefs of this house is critically ill. Okay, and he will be laid tomorrow. And some members of this house will
Okay, I'll find a midpoint.
So we start at 12 and ends 4.
The midpoint between 12 and 1 is what? 12:30. I show room.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegances. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they've found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance. Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever. Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change. We've waited and we've watched. But we've always been here. We've always listened, because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place, all of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, we are Freetown.
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something that you're not.
Don't go thinking you're better than anyone else,
or that anyone else is better than you.
Don't shout about it. Get on with it.
We are Freetown.
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 Yeah.
We found our voice again.
I'm from India and Freetown.
I'm from China and Freetown.
I'm from the UK and Freetown.
I am from Nigeria and Freetown.
I am from home and Freetown.
This city belongs to everyone.
The fishermen,
the taxi driver,
the barber,
the drummers, the dancers.
All of us. All of us. Everybody. We are Freetown.
The past is ours.
The future is ours. It's our time again.
And this city belongs to everyone.
The playwright,
the greengrocer,
the teacher,
the dog.
This space is ours.
This light is ours.
The beaches are ours.
The rivers now we own.
The roads are ours.
The bridges now we own.
We are Freetown.
We are all visitors and we've all been.
I greet now in the name of Allah. We all don't come on a different homes the whole of Canada. Now Allah protect you and guide. Would I get a problem? Let Allah solve the problem. Would I get sickness? Now Allah, because I get the medicine. Now Allah made with the sickness then. If I'm Papa and with Mama, I know I was not going on me, wallahi. Because now long they are there. How much have been safe? We told them again along there. We don't catch them in here. Inshallah, Allah in power. Let Allah continue to protect and guide them for we. Amen. Let Allah continue to protect and guide them for we. Amen. The good intention we get for this country, let Allah make them possible for we. Hey Allah, you know this in God. Let do everything for mankind. Inshallah, Allah in power. Mama and Papa, let Allah continue to guide them. اللهم ربنا يا ربنا تقبل انك سميع توبك ابراهيم وهدني وهدنا وفقنا الى الحق واتبعك القران العظيم واغفر لنا ذنوبنا فادرك وكرمك ربنا افتحنا وبان سلام كفر الاسلام الرحيم اللهم نسالك يا الله يا رحمن يا رحيم يا رزاق يا حب يا مهد يا موت يا مغني يا كريم يا سوت عباس ودود يا حق وانت امين سبحان ربك رب العزه عما يصفون وسلام الى الدعوه الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you very much, Pastor Betty Thomas, to lead me now in Christian prayers and I will chaplain.
morning to everyone. Now let me pray. Father and our God in heaven, we want to thank you for this moment and this time. Father, we thank you for the president. We thank you for first lady. We thank you for this gathering. Papa, now you no more do it for we, Papa. Nobody no do it, now you do it for we. Father, we want to give you the praise, the honor, and the adoration, Father. We thank you for this moment. We open this place in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Let your presence reign at this place, oh God. We don't go do nothing without you, Lord. Father, come and take control, Lord. Whatever word, whatever thing we get for do now only your grace and your presence we need. And let your presence reign over this place. We thank you once more. We appreciate you, Lord. Even in Jesus' name we pray with thanksgiving. Amen. The grace.
Amen. Now that we don't invoke the presence of the Almighty, we want to get this program up and running. Family, we didn't have today because of the vision of one man. Because, you know, Your Excellency, in 1999 after the war, me, I moved come, me also you can see I'm from here. Now, lonely here. This place over there, so we were sabi lonely. This place now be a dungeon, Your Excellency. Drugs, all the problems of young people. In fact, I've been the live here, but my man not agree. No work at common I are doing it. As next time, we then I have foresee where one person where they get vision, where other people say it's impossible. You know, Nelson Mandela say it is impossible until it is done. When it is impossible until President Julius Maada Bio says we must do it. We'll allow clap for the power. $52 million projects. When they can commission this terminal, if they can cut the tape and turn on the symbolic lights for the street lights, for make sure say this country we do what most people have been think say is not possible at all. For let we organize and promote urban mobility. For let we able to move free. For let we work and find. For a clap for the Bible. His Excellency in vision. Now with the see so today they manifest. This is a man with a dream. A place where me and you know even they dare for dream. But in the imagine. And he mobilized the right team and the people there. And he say, let we go there. And today, we don't reach by one of the destination them where he dream of, where he imagine, when at this project will come for commission here today. One more time, Lord, put your hands together for the master of delivery, the top and blue champion, His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio. For kicking off with the very brief statements there, I want to call on the representative for the Metro Transport Company, Letitia Senior Senesi, where they come for Kanki a very brief statement. Would I please join me for putting your hands together for welcome Madam Letitia Senior Senesi, where they represent the Metro Transport Company.
His Excellency, retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio and Madame Fatima Maada Bio, esteemed Sierra Leone World Bank Country Manager, respected Minister of Government, valued transport stakeholders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great honor and immense pride that I stand before you today representing Metro Transport Company which is short is the MTC, at the commissioning of this Lonely Transit Terminal and the newly installed traffic signals. This momentous occasion marks a significant milestone in our collective journey towards improving urban mobility and the quality of life for all Sierra Leoneans. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio for his visionary leadership in championing the integrated, resilient, and urban mobility project, which is the IROM, in partnership with the World Bank. Your steadfast commitment to sustainable development and infrastructural improvement has not only set a powerful example, but has also laid the foundation for a prosperous future. IROM is not merely an investment in infrastructure. It is an investment in the future of our nation, one that will foster economic growth, social progress, and a better quality of life for all citizens in Sierra Leone. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to the Ministry of Transport and Aviation for their tireless efforts in ensuring that this project aligns with the needs of our community. Your collaboration with all relevant stakeholders has been instrumental in the success of this initiative, and we applaud your unwavering dedication. The Lonely Transit Terminal stands as a testimony to our collective vision, a modern facility designed to enhance connectivity, streaming transportation, and provide a safe, efficient environment for all users. This terminal will not only serve as a vital hub for commuters, but will also contribute significantly to the growth of local business and the promotion of tourism in our beautiful country, Sierra Leone. It symbolizes our shared aspiration for a more accessible and connected Sierra Leone. In addition, the installation of the new traffic signals will significantly improve road safety and traffic management in this bustling area by reducing congestion and minimizing accidents. These signals are essential to creating a safer urban environment for everyone who uses our roads. As we celebrate this achievement, let us also remember that our work does not end here. It is our shared responsibility to maintain these facilities and ensure that they continue to serve their intended purposes for many years to come. And I hope so. I urge all stakeholders, government officials, transport operators, and citizens alike to work in fostering a culture of respect, care, and responsibility for our infrastructure. I'd also be remiss not to mention how deeply grateful we are, MTC, at the opportunity to partner with the government through the Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority and the Ministry of Transport and Aviation. While we continue to face some vital challenges in our partnership, we remain confident that through collaboration and mutual commitment, we will overcome these hurdles. Together, we will achieve the noble goal of transforming public transport and making it a reliable and sustainable service for all Sierra Leoneans. As a private investment company, MTC is fully dedicated to working with all stakeholders to ensure legacy project is attained and sustained. In conclusion, on behalf of the Board of Directors and management of MTC, I would like to express our deep gratitude to the government of Sierra Leone, the World Bank, the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, and the Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority for affording us the opportunity to operate these new buses and serve our communities. Let this milestone serve as a foundation for further progress in our urban mobility initiatives as we continue building a brighter, more connected future for Sierra Leone, one where every citizen can enjoy reliable and efficient transportation. Before I descend, I want to recognize the chairman, our able chairman, Mr. Kobe Farmer, in absentia. He's not here, but please, I want us to recognize him as he is the man very fundamental behind this strike. And also, next to him is the General Manager, Mr. Rodney Kamachende. Are you here, please? Kamachende, and the only female driver we have ever in the history of Sierra Leone to have a female driver. Fanta Kamara. Are you here, please? Okay. I recognize you in this very important occasion. And I want to thank you all for giving me the space, the audience, to be able to stand and talk about the work I find with transportation and the opportunities we have in the work I find. Thank you, President, for that visionary.
One more time for Worker Funding Company, the representative, Madam Letitia Senior Senesi. I don't know if all my boy talk say one of the top driver them as well for the Worker Fund bus, now woman. And he asked the woman for team up, follow recognize her, I know you will clap. Do you have fans that team up again? Let them clap for you, look and they in the uniform. Boldly, this now team President Bio mean where he say this country they go before nobody know they be left behind, and it ensures say any barrier will they bring that barrier they come down. So congratulations and thank you to Wakafai. Now this now a project when a partnership between the government of Salone and we partner them at the World Bank. The value of this project are called just now $52 million. World Bank contributes some. The government of Sierra Leone as well make you modest, but not insignificant contribution. Now, for can make a short statement, I'm proud and privileged for call. We partner where they represent the Sierra Leone country manager for the World Bank. But this person where they turn now, is normally based in Accra. It come purposely for this. Because in a senior transportation manager at the World Bank, and as well in the task team lead for this IROM project we will come for unveil today. So do you allow here a warm salute welcome to Haile Jesus Adam Time.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Grace Mada Bio, Her Excellency First Lady, Dr. Fatma Bio, the Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. David Moinina Singh, I worship the Mayor of Freetown Municipality, Mayor Yvonne Akisoya, the Honorable Minister of Finance, Mr. Shakum Fatamadi Bangurum, the Honorable Minister of Transport, Alhaji Ambassador Fandia Turia, Honorable Ministers of Government, improved urban mobility in Freetown, with an estimated 25,000 people benefiting daily from the enhanced public transport services. The commissioning of this terminal is a testament to the success of IRAP and the government's dedication to transforming urban mobility in Sierra Leone. IRAP is a significant step towards better urban mobility, with the new terminal playing a crucial role in enhancing public transport, reducing traffic congestion, and lowering air pollution. As we look to the future, the World Bank remains committed to supporting Sierra Leone's development agenda. We are excited to embark on the new country partnership framework, which includes the Connectivity and Agriculture Market Infrastructure Project, CAMI, which was approved by the World Bank's Board of Directors in May 2024. With $74 million in commitment, CAMI aims to enhancing urban and rural connectivity, linking key economic hubs and tourist destinations by replacing 4 manual ferry crossings with bridges in 4 provisional regions and building on the gains achieved by IRAP and SCADEC. Finally, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to His Excellency, the President of the Republic, for his leadership and commitment to the development of Sierra Leone in general, and all the partners who have been involved in the success of this project. The strong partnership between the government of Sierra Leone and the World Bank has been instrumental in achieving significant progress. We look forward to deepening our collaboration and working together to build a brighter future for the people of Sierra Leone. I thank you.
Batama Masaganalu. Thank you very much, Mr. Adam Tai. That is, thank you very much in his native language, which I happen to know some words. Ladies and gentlemen, after that brief statement there, we can now listen to the minister we na don't champion the implementation and the delivery of this project. Yes, when I can begin for clap. But I want to take a minute for introduce the minister, because I don't think say all man knows this man, the diversity of the experience. Retired Colonel Alhaji Fandetue Fabulem, so man not be listening to the ADC to former President Ahmed Tijan Kaba. He don't serve as military advisor. This man don't serve as international diplomat. He don't lead United Nations mission them. He don't come back and be chairman Naya. He don't left. He don't be ambassador when lead Salon in elevation to the Security Council. He don't come back again. He don't be a minister when they deliver. So this man deserves today, as we can celebrate this good work we don't do. I really want to clap for her heartily as we welcome the Honorable Minister of Transport and Aviation, retired Colonel Alhaji Fandetue.
Thank you, Siba, my brother, thank you so much. Your Excellency, the President, me President and me boss yesterday, me boss today, and me boss forever. Well, I will touch on that later on. Her Excellency, Dr. Fatima Bio, the infatigable, untiring First Lady, the beginning, the Mama, the Chief Minister, we Namion boss, and at the same time, And the man way I can disturb, even if at 1 a.m., he always ready for listening to me cry, and he always ready for provide solutions. Members of the high table, I worship the mayor, colleague ministers. Today, for today, like we always say, President Bio, the visionary leader, and when we always talk about delivery, this is now a classic example of today. Now another example where they show in leadership. Because this project we'll see today, and not just come like that. His Excellency the President began for go with in connection at the World Bank. So we come the project just like we the chairman say, a $52 million project, but we salon fumble them number today and say this whole place they use 52 million for billion. No, not of 52 million they use now, just a small amount, a tiny bit. Now we use for build this place here. The 52 million project includes the Waka Fine buses. When I love clap for we say for the Waka Fine buses. We all don't see what in the Waka Fine buses that they do. That's not just one component. Another one, if we now look to the one at this side, if they look to them back, you see a big complex so that they construct on that side there. Now part of the $52 million project. That in a market, but the rest I will leave to His Excellency because he know more. Then we have to see the traffic lights then now part of the project. And also the footbridges then, etc., etc. So now this will talk about delivery. His Excellency we always talk about. But His Excellency, I just want to tell you also say most of this project they are now we salon brothers them and sisters them, now then do them project they are, including even the traffic lights. So then there's the way they say, as we send overseas for let people that can construct, no. So here we salon brothers and then build this fine edifice. So with that, Excellency, we also want to tell you thank you for the SLPTA where you just set up the act. The SLPTA 90 for regulate all the informal sector. The informal transport sector, I mean, like them, put them, buses, them, they can get them. So I didn't just they not be any regulation, nothing for manage them. But with the act where President Bio passed, now we get the Sierra Leone Public Transportation Agency when I then bring them all together, including we sister and we mama do we can talk just now. When are from the Metro Transport Company, then really get a share. That is the get a share. That is the drivers then. And the keke drivers then all come together with some other private individuals then, and buy the shares then for run the Waka Fine buses. So most times we problem they can just all read and say Ministry of Transport, but no, we get a company, when the Metro Transport Company, that then they run them. So with all of this, Your Excellency, I don't want to bore you. I just want to reassure you, say. This place, just after today, we get forget a company we for come and run the affairs and for manage this whole complex here away on the sea. So this company na go come and provide security and make sure say we so many. The first I want to mention that the Deputy Minister, Super Rex Bonaparte. Yeah. So in the action man, he always did everywhere, especially outside the fire, day for fight, he always did there for fight the fire. But also, Excellency, I get the team, we comprise the Iron team, we don't run this 50 million project or $52 million project. When then they are not just few, but they're very, very powerful. Headed by Mr. Hindolo Shaka. I'm not really they talk too much, but very proactive and in team they're all day on that side. I also want to thank the Ministry of Finance for the support to the NGWI. And I want to thank, in particular, also my predecessor, where before me they take this seat, now in been there as the Minister of Transport, now in so the seat, me just come, I can build on what it don't do. So I want to pay me compliment to him. When I'm Mr. Cabinet Kalong. And of course, I want to say thanks to the chairman. This is a special thanks to the chairman, and not because they are as a chairman, by Excellency, anytime we face a challenge. I recall last year, December, we've been getting serious issues with the worker fine buses because people have not been believing them, and it's been written off, it's been very difficult. But the person who had been consulted at that time, they are two great people, that is Minister Siba, where they are as a chairman, and also the Chief Minister, that then they help we manage the situation. Today, local worker finances, we all share the praises. So I want to tell them also thanks. And of course, the special one, I go to my boss, the car I say, my boss yesterday, my boss today, my leader yesterday, my leader today, and my leader forever, His Excellency President Bio. I say yesterday because maybe some people will begin to wonder. When I say yesterday, not real yesterday. When I say as second lieutenant, in midday as full lieutenant, together with the chief of staff now. I know you can hear the laugh. So at that time, we very first exercise where we hold, would I be there as my boss, now President Biu. Then this has been long time ago. And when we done the only stop day, we go to Liberia again. It been there as boss. When we done again, when we come there in the war, especially around the east, that His Excellency in the Fed. So now that make a one of people say every day that they come. I think in a way they're not really
meet them. But the taste, they don't begin to feel, they don't begin to get the taste of her. And I will really confirm that we all be there in battle, na salon, and I know what he's capable of doing, and I know what he do. So I just want to express my gratitude to her, because if I ever for perform like this, if I ever for come, I ever for at the international stage, and not be for possible if in His Excellency not been giving the platform for not able to do that. So Excellency, I'm very grateful to you, and also I'm grateful to my family as well, because some of them what they do, it can be very, very stressful. Honestly, it can be very stressful, but once you get a good family, where I can left my office, I go back, I meet my wife, sometimes they will be picking them, then talk with them, then care for calm me down. So I'm very grateful to them. So on the whole, I'm very grateful to all the Ministry of Transport and Aviation staff. When they do extremely well, when they make me proud, so I will continue for giving all the support, and His Excellency will continue for giving all the support. And of course, when I thank you for when I come, and I tell me all my family that thank you, then I want to also tell my sister, Dr. Fatima Bio, thank you for everything, for all the efforts we do in the country. Thank you. One more time for the Minister of Transport and Aviation, retired Colonel Alhaji Fandetouye, and when they know say a man way he deliver all, and he believe in teamwork. I particularly like we acknowledge in predecessor, and he acknowledge the entirety of his team. For sure, say this work, we all now one team we did. Mr. Minister, I see the last time we'll do this kind of program, Minister Omar Bangura, he created himself one time. He turned to the bar, he said, "Bar, I don't deliver, I don't pass." I see the minister, you know.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegances. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance. Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever. Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change, we've waited and we've watched. But we've always been here. We've always listened, because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place, all of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, we are Freetown.
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something.
No matter the weather, people don't mind for them at the long line for wait for the bus.
So I can always look ticket with 75, say give me tickets fine.
Since we work at find start a normal process from February, unless the struggle of transportation that congested, the thief, job funding that. But for most that from born on Wakafa like me, so I feel comfortable. It's very fast. As a Canada line, if you remember what I was doing, they would keep becoming a Western. So I live on a relative step for camp. As I on board, so I can quick. But the disadvantage now, some of the drivers, don't care again. And the driver how they want drive. And like they say, oh man, caution, somebody to cross. If they start doing that, don't know how. But the Wakafa is going to get one problem. Very comfortable, very fast,
So at any time when they come, they mommy them, then the woman them, they now can make them to map the line.
Today, the lifeline for so many people that they travel for good at all and come back.
We then go see them make up. Them definitely need a proper and sufficient parking facility. This one of Nkaibo's terminal are exactly for match up with the new standard inside the public transport sector in Freetown.
We get toilets, we public toilets for passengers, they get restaurants, they get service center outside the problem, they service the vehicle, they get car wash for the Okada, Fuda, taxi, and bus system. What's the vehicle?
When they just come, we just left us. So everybody come, we just went inside. No. A company, a private company, that gets to come and run this place with everything, security, discipline, everything within here. And you said to really travel for them. You can't back it.
By how we look, the integrated and resilient urban mobility project IROM not only they bring safer transportation, it also they encourage safe and secure movements.
Let we all work on this together. If this is one thing we're able to do, where people they see as example that's allow able to come together, organize themselves and things work. Not show that leadership there. Not that people they learn from we.
Want to assure us we remain very committed. And we'll make sure to pull all boys on our tickets and count them. Then come make sure to compliance day. Want to assure them. A full compliance today. And we will make sure that we enforce them well. Because we ourselves want to be that kind of people who will contribute towards national development.
All these successes that we don't receive as a ministry within the past 1 year alone. So many things that don't happen at the Ministry of Transport and Aviation. A lot of landmark things that we don't do. And not been for possible at all without the astute, the sterling and visionary leadership of His Excellency, the President, my boss yesterday, my boss today, and my boss forever. I want to thank my team, the entire Ministry of Transport and Aviation. We really, without them, it not be for possible for them to be able to achieve all these successes. This include my Deputy Minister. It also include my team, that is the directors them, the staff them, and also, I'm not going to forget the World Bank. I'm very grateful to you all for the support we want to give me for the past 1 year. All these successes. Thank you.
one more time. I think say Minister Fande, you know, creating simple. What you do, you can display the report card. Learn see all the paper they will pass. I don't put by the video so long we see all the delivery. But I just want to say one from 2, Miami Day, I go school, take college. We not begin to car with the team up along the air for facts. We the team up for transport, so we the facts for transport. We the line up, we will not even master the acts for go inside the bus. We them Miami they don't cancel line. We will get small body. When see the bus they come. Even for run after the boda, if you don't master the game, I will run. I they tap, you they sneak in between them, and you they jump into the bus. It was really undignified, Your Excellency. It was full of chaos. We mama them, women they take transport, my mama na teacher, na ya na alumni ya. Na them, you don't deliver for, Your Excellency. The people them, na this long year, na them, you don't deliver for. So dear, when I put your hands together one more time. Even as this video don't display the amazing work we can find only. Now, I want to help me do something. I want to ask you all, today na big day na salon. The first thing they can introduce His Excellency. Today na World Fatima Mother Bio Day. Today in that day, before they come, we can introduce the first gentleman and in the arrest. I want to also team up. Let me sing for him heartily happy birthday, the happy birthday song. I want to all man team up. To you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to hip hip hip, hip hip hip, hip hip hip. Thank you very much. I'll sit down. Without further ado, the mother of the nation, the mama, the pa in the arrest, a woman. I want to all man team up. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hip. Hip hip hip. Hip hip hip. Thank you very much. I'll sit down. Without further ado, the mother of the nation, the mama, the pa in the arrest, the woman will always stand next to a man when it demonstrates to we what he mean for being a true partner in development and a partner in all things. Ladies and gentlemen, my own sister, the First Lady, Madam Fatima Mada Bio. I love that for her, please.
Thank you very much. Another saving and assist now. You know, today now one day I don't tell Mother Bio say today everything we me they do for him, na him for do and for me today. So today I'm officially the boss. It's my birthday. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to really take this opportunity for congratulate Alhaji Fande Toure, my young big brother, for such a wonderful job. You know, when you listen to all the things, the way people they say about this government, I really want, and I pray that when they take the book and pen them for write, let it be the one that is sincere and true reflection of the country and the country where they live today. Because I believe they're not so video. And under the leadership of His Excellency the President, now in all they talk and do, if they do, they can't talk now. Because there is no point for they do the talking. If they do, they can't talk. When Malabio talk about the bosses, then say, you know, every time His Excellency, if you get the opportunity, well, not everybody will get the opportunity for Sidona and Motokawita anyway.